Hello and welcome to this video on how to use the scheduled maintenance. In order to get to the scheduled maintenance, first of all, we need on the main button bar, we need to click this icon here, maintenance log. And that brings us up to the regular maintenance log, which is maintenance that is not recurring on a monthly or daily or hourly basis. What we want is scheduled maintenance, and that's this item right here in the sub button group. So we're going to click that once with the left mouse button. And that brings up the scheduled maintenance log. Now in the scheduled maintenance log, you have actually going to have two functions. One is to enter new scheduled maintenance items, and the next one is to satisfy a scheduled maintenance item that becomes due. First of all, we're going to enter a new scheduled maintenance item. To start doing that, we're going to go down here to the log navigation buttons, and we're going to go over here and put our mouse over there, and we see that's new maintenance record. We want to create that, so we're going to click that. And you notice that all the fields got cleared out and it's ready to accept information on a new maintenance record. Now the maintenance date over here, you notice that it says it's not completed. Well, that's because we haven't generated it yet. So we're going to go over here to the next field, which is maintenance description, and click in that box. And now we could either start typing, or we could click this little down arrow over here on that box to select all the items that are already in there that we could select as the type of maintenance we're going to do. And we could, for instance, we're going to change the filter, so we could select that, or we could just start typing it in. We could just say type in, and notice it tries to fill it in for you, and we're going to say, okay, that is what we want to do, so we're just going to tab to the next box, which is component. And what it's asking for there is, what are you going to change the oil in? What component on your vessel? Alright, again, you could use the little down thing here and look for one in here, but we're going to say that this is going to be for generator 2. It filled it in, and it's asking you now, we go to the next, we press the tab and we went to the next field. I said, what's the current hours in the generator? Okay, well, the current hours in that generator is 3,421 hours. Tab to the next field, and it asks us what is the maintenance cost of doing this maintenance. I don't know, let's say changing the filter, let's say it costs you $4 for a new filter. Okay, so we tab out of that and it goes to the supplier field. Listen, where do you get that filter from? And you could put in some item there. You could put down, I'm just going to make a fictitious one. Okay, I'm going to press the tab in order to move to the next field, and we get a dialog that asks us if we want to add this supplier to the supplier log, because apparently it doesn't have it in its supplier log. Well, in most cases I would do this, but this time here I'm going to say no to this. We'll cover this in another video tutorial. And we move to the part number field, and I'm going to put in what the part number is for this filter. Now we get to one of the newer features of Yacht Manager, where you can attach a document or a picture to an item. And I'm going to attach a picture, so I'm going to click this button right here, Docs and Pics, and this little dialog here comes up. And in order to attach a picture, I'm going to put in here that I want to load a new picture. And it asks me, this open screen comes up, and it's asking me where the picture is located. Well, right now this picture is located, and I'll show you where it's at, and this will be different on your computer. And in here somewhere I have a picture of the generator. There it is, and I'm going to select that and then click the open button with the left mouse button, and it gives me a little warning that that's already in there, and I just say, and it asks me if I want to link to this record to that picture also, and I'm just going to say yes. Okay, and then I'm going to close this. Now you can see there's a little thumbnail of a picture there. Alright, we'll get back to how that works later. Alright, now we're going to set up the maintenance schedule for this item, and in order to do that we need to show that this item has been maintained like this at least once. So first of all, we're going to go down here and we're going to click the completed checkbox right here. We're going to put a check right there. And then you notice when I did that, it enabled several other fields. And first thing we have to decide is what type of interval are we going to use for maintaining this item. Do we want the interval to be based on a certain number of days, a certain number of hours, or both? Well, in this case here, it'll be an hourly interval, okay? And we leave it selected at hours, and then we're going to go over here and we're going to click in the hour interval field and select that 0. And we're going to say we want to do this every 200 hours, okay? And then we're going to press the tab, and you notice that it automatically calculated what the hours are going to be when it next needs to be serviced. The other important item here is down here, you'll notice that the auto reschedule button is checked. What that means is once we save this and showing that it has been done, it'll reschedule another item automatically. Another thing is that this item may not have been completed today. So we could go up here and we could backdate this. We could say, no, we actually did this back on June 1st, and then it's still going to be based on the same number of hours. And then finally, when we look through everything that we've input here, we decide that we've put in everything we need to and everything's correct, we go back up here to the log navigator buttons, and we're going to click the save button, this one right here with the left mouse button. Okay, and it asks me, do I want to add this expense to my expense log? Sometimes you'll want to do that, sometimes not. In this case, I'm not going to because this is just a demonstration. So I'm going to say no. Okay. And now that item is in there, and when it needs to be completed, it'll come up in our reminder screen, and it'll remind us that we need to complete that item. Now, if you look down at the bottom of the screen, you can notice that down here in the list of scheduled maintenance items not completed, there's a couple of them that are showing up in red. That means that they're either due or past due. And if we scroll, we go down here and we scroll by clicking this button down a little further, we can see what other items may have to be done soon or whatever. Oh, there's one. You notice it's in yellow. That means it needs to be done soon. If we click on that item and look up here, you can see when it's supposed to be done next. And or you go back up here to the ones that are due now, and you notice that they should have been done on June 15th, and currently they are past due. We should also look at the item we just put in here, and we should be able to find that down here at the bottom of this list. We're going to scroll down to the bottom. Yeah, and there it is. It's right there, change filter. And up here you can see the details on it, and when it's next due as far as the number of hours. You could look at the picture of it. You can just click this little thumbnail, and it brings up a full-size picture. And close that. The last thing we want to look at is this find scheduled maintenance items. Let's say you want to know about everything that's going to be due in the next week. Okay, so we're going to click here where it says this little week radio button, WK button, and then after we do that, we're going to click this button here called Find Scheduled Items. And you can see that it brought up a list of items up here in this upcoming scheduled maintenance items. And these are all items that are going to be done within the next week. You notice there's also the change oil, which is based on hours, because it doesn't, and it's got that in that list because it has no idea exactly what date that needs to be done because it's based on hours. So it puts it in the list also. All right, that is pretty much how do you input a new item. Next, we'll get to actually performing a scheduled maintenance item. Now, when you run Yacht Manager from the desktop or from wherever, when it first comes up, it's going to bring up a reminder screen. And in the reminder screen are going to be items that need to be performed, either right now or need to be performed within the near future. You notice here we have scheduled maintenance item, both engines, another item, the coolant, zincs, that kind of thing. And these are all due, and they're past due actually. They were due on the 15th. And so we're going to say OK to this little reminders dialog and let Yacht Manager continue to load. Now, in order to actually go in and show that we've performed these items, we're going to go up here again to the maintenance log buttons, click that, and then go into scheduled maintenance by clicking this button right here once, the left mouse button. And then we're going to go down here and let's say we're going to perform this check belts on both engines. Okay, first of all, we will, in the list down here, we'll click on it to select it. You notice that this little right-facing arrow goes down to the item you selected. If I selected this one, it'd go there, goes back to there. And then we're going to go up here to the log navigation bar, and we're going to click this edit button right here. See that edit button? We're going to click it once with the left mouse button. Okay, and now we're in edit mode. Now we're going to perform this, so we're going to say we completed it. We go down here to the maintenance schedule, and we're going to put a check mark in the completed box. And let's see, we're also going to go up here. It's this was supposed to be done on 6/15, and we're going to show, well, we're not doing it until today, so we're just going to leave that date the way it shows. And we'll go in here and we're going to just click in this date box right here, and then we're going to tab out of it. And you notice now we've changed the next scheduled date, and that's important because we've got auto reschedule, and we want to make sure that shows the proper date for rescheduling this item. And then once we've got everything set up, okay, we've completed it, we're going to auto reschedule it for the 18th of June in 2012. And we look at everything, and everything looks right and everything. And when we go up here to the save button on the log navigation bar, and we're going to save it. Now, interesting thing happens here is now when I click the save button, a record will be made that yes, we did complete this, but then a brand new item will be automatically generated because we have this auto reschedule checkbox checked. It'll be generated by itself for June 18th, 2012. Let's click the save button now with the left mouse button. Okay, it's all done. Now if we go down here in this items down here, we notice that item no longer is in red, and in fact it's not even there. So let's scroll down here. Let's use this little elevator button, go down, and we can see that there's the item we just did. But you notice now it shows that the next scheduled date is June 18th, 2012. So now it won't come up again on our reminders until June 18th, 2012. Anyway, that's how you complete a scheduled maintenance item. And I hope this video has helped you understand the scheduled maintenance log, and that you'll watch some of the other videos to get an idea how to use those aspects of Yacht Manager. Thank you very much for watching. This is Alan Wynn with OSO Software.